What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those catching the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications with these live chats. You can take part right along with us. It's more fun to take part. At least I think so anyways. So, Fragrance Hall came in. 5 fragrances were in the hall, but only 3 are for me because these 2 are for the members. This was part of the members only giveaway. They voted as far as the Hall of Fame tier. They voted for 100 ml of Love Triumphs Over War. And for the All-Star tier, they voted on 100 ml of Boss Descent Elixir. So we'll be doing that next week, this weekend coming. Yes. It'll be this weekend. Probably on Saturday, I would think. I don't know. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday, to be determined. Obviously, I'll let everybody know a day or 2 in advance. And then as far as what's for me, 2024 release Deziro from Nishane. The 3rd Colognise flanker that I was missing, Hesperide, also from Nishane. Why is it not focusing? What in the hell? Come on now. There we go. So, I don't know. 2 have been amazing. Saffron Colognise can be hard to top. And then Taj 2 or Taj Blue from Fragrance World, Talisman, Blue Talisman Twist. We'll probably be starting with this because I anticipate it to be the freshest and lowest quality of the 3. Just call it what it is. It's a clone fragrance. It's a like $30, $40 clone fragrance. It's not going to be on the level of the Nishane's, but doesn't mean it won't be really good. I don't have my Blue Talisman decant to compare it to anymore. I had sent it to Randy, so I don't have it, but I'm familiar with it. Blue Talisman, for those of you that were here for that live stream, didn't blow me away. I think it's a very good fragrance. I do really like the profile, but not to spend the money. So if that's good enough, I'll take good enough in this scenario. Most of the time I prefer the real deal, but I'm kind of seeking out good enough in a rare instance because it is a rare instance. But speaking of good enough, for those of you that didn't see this morning's video, Ophidian Black Cherry from Paris Corner. Now, my understanding is Cherry Oud from Cologne. Oh my. This is another one of those situations where if I like the clone this much, oh, buddy, do I need to try Cherry Oud from Guerlain? Because I had that spray on my hand while I was at the gym, couldn't stop sniffing it. That was the one I kept going back to. I had all 3 on me still. And don't get me wrong, Mango Bliss, fantastic. God of Fire stuff. It's great. Wife loved Sweet Surrender, by the way. Sprayed it on immediately. Totally. When I smell something, I'm like, yeah, this is a her fragrance. Usually right. Sure enough, she loves it. Mango Bliss, turns out I didn't start with the best one. This is the best one. Yeah. I do like my cherry fragrances. I love mango fragrances more, but I don't always run across a phenomenal cherry fragrance. They're not all French Defense, right? If Paris Corner's version is this good, I need, you hear me? Fucking need to try Cherry Oud since the clone is that good. Yeah. I think 8.75 was undershooting it. I think it's a 9 out of 10. It's outstanding. It is that jam. If I could recommend you check out one from this line, it's Black Cherry. It's that good. Smoky, incensey, dark cherry. Basically what it comes down to. The incense comes out more and more. So good. Anyways, we got 80 in the first 4 minutes. I appreciate you guys. No clue how many people we're going to have. Might stay here, might be 150, might be 200, might be 50. I don't know. Whatever. Whomever wants to hang, I appreciate it. But if you're going to hang, do me a quick favor and hit that thumbs up because it does indeed help. Let's get caught up with the chat. Roughly around the 15-minute mark, I think, is when we'll get started. John, good to see you, sir. I'm hoping so. Because Saffron Colognise, one of the best fragrances I picked up this year. Like, when I do my end of the year, like that's what most of December is, these annual recaps for different things throughout the year, different categories. And favorite pickups of the year, that's definitely in that top 10 list. Oh my. Yeah. So those of you that haven't tried Saffron Colognise, warm weather leather, warm citrus. It's my favorite Nishane fragrance currently. This has a chance to top it. I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying it will because I don't know yet. Good to see you. Looking forward to the stream. We're in Coca-Cola. Great fragrance from in. Sarah Jason, good to see you, sir. Cidra Poissé, intense. Just finishing up some paperwork. Jamming some last Mr. Big, do or die. There you go. Hell yeah. How funny. So some of you saw the short video I made. How funny has it been? Now that's all over my TikTok feed. Guys that are reposting what I was Had no business listening to in 91. It's all different variations of Pop That Pussy from Two Live Crew. Those of you that were here in the stream a couple days ago, I just happened, when Two Live Crew got mentioned, I said that popped in my head, and then my feed has been flooded with that song. Like stuff of it's a little white boy dancing in 91, and it's like great representation of what I was saying about me, you know, not that I was dancing like that or anything, but boy, I sure was listening to, naturally, I've been jamming Nasty As They Want to Be and Banned in the USA the last couple of days on Spotify. So for those of you that were here, it was great to talk some hip hop the other day at the end of the stream. Imaginary authors. So I skipped a few. My apologies, Kara. Good to see you. Let them know. Society Extreme, one of the best designers released in this year, according to me anyways. Great choice. Kaylin, good to see you, sir. Aaron Terrence Hughes Odyssey sent you some heat the other day. I haven't been to my P.O. box. It might be sitting there. I don't know. Does it show delivered? So I haven't been to my P.O. box since last week. I'll be going Wednesday, though. I'll be going. I haven't had an opportunity to make those decants for Mind Games, for the decants I'm sending out. Any of you watching, I am still going to send those out Wednesday. Mentor. Got a couple people getting some 2 mLs heading their way so they can check them out. Dan, not the man. Good to see you, sir. Hope you had a great weekend as well. Argos Triumph of Bacchus. Christian's best work. Mr. M.A. Styles, do his Lionheart. Manny, good to see you wearing Greenlee. Super versatile. John's wearing LeBeau EDT, his favorite from the line. It's a great fragrance. Great fragrance DNA in general. Code Absolute, my least favorite, but I get why people like it. Good to see Anthony. Kevin, good to see you, sir. Costa Azura EDP. Now we're talking. My favorite Tom Ford DNA. Scented Paradise. Scent Choice Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. That is a banger. That is a home run and a half. Great choice. I'm sure it's going to be good. You know, I doubt it's going to be trash. It's a possibility, though, because Fragrance World has had a few instances where they disappointed me. They've had a few. More times than not, they're pretty good. But there's been a few exceptions, you know, where it was like, they definitely could have did way better. Not that good. Don't buy it. I don't know. I got pretty high hopes for it. Floraiku, 1 umbrella for 2. Never heard of this. Beautiful blueberry rice scent. Noted. Joel, good to see you. Cartier Linval Parfum. Justin Copeland would be proud. If you were to take a wild guess what I'm doing on YouTube right now, what would you think it is? Yep, they're watching us on the phone. They can't hear you. All right. Yeah, I'll call you after. Bye. George says hello, by the way. He's calling me back from earlier. He's like, I saw you called me. Tell everybody I said hello. George Zaharoff sends his love. Neil, good to see you, sir. Perlador. That's a good one. Dumont's got some good fragrances, man. I need to throw some more back in the rotation. Mainly Celerio Epic, I think, needs to be the first one I revisit. And the new Colognise. So far for me, it's turning out to be the best thing Nisha. Now you're setting the bar there, Neil. You're setting the bar. Let them know, sir. Let them know. Wasn't blown away. A bit too safe. Hey, man, not everything's got to be, you know, crazy niche. Sometimes something you can just reach for every day is the way to go. I love stuff like that. That's actually what enticed me. I want to see what a really good, you know, because I got a few that I would consider everyday wears from them, but I'm always open to new experiences because Nishane is a house. They do great work. Big fan of the house. Favonius, I have not tried. It's become one of my favorites from the house. Nice rose scent. Talked about it so long ago. Hope it's worth the wait. I will pick up this one next spring if it's good, according to you and Spence. Jason Vircher blind bought a bottle as well. He said if he doesn't like it, he's blaming me, even though he bought it before I did. But he's still going to blame. He said, I just fucking blame you for everything anyway. So shout outs to my guy, Jason Vircher. Good to see you. Zab, good to see you, sir. Claude Marceau. Is that Marceau? Is that how you say it? La Melody? It's exactly what Invictus Intense should have been. Same DNA, whiskey intensified and removed the bubblegum. That does sound good. That definitely does sound good. Paradise Garden. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. They had, I think it was 75 mils were $80. That's one of my favorite designers released this year, too. Ryan, good to see you, sir. Test sprays redundant. I know you put it on, I think, 3 pieces of content. This is the 4th time I read you telling me that. Message received, Ryan. I get it. And I saw one that made me laugh. No, Rebirth does not smell like rosé, you crazy kid, you. No, they are not the same. Clean them with some Q-tips. Fix it up before you go sniffing anymore, man, because I don't know what you're talking about. A powdered fresh rose and a sweet rose incense are not the same. But I'm sorry you didn't get to try Silent Hill, though, because that is the best work for sure. But yes, I've seen all of the comments you've left that are this. What's up, Spence? Yeah, don't tell me. Don't tell me. So far, I've got one said it's underwhelming everyday wear stuff, a safe fragrance, which doesn't like bring me down or anything. It's like, okay, safe everyday wear. That's kind of what I was thinking it was going to be. Noir de Noir, I've never tried. See, Colognise is phenomenal. Then Saffron Colognise, it was like, they're on to something here because the base is the same. This, I don't even remember the notes, but I did look at them. I want to say it's sweeter. I don't remember. When I see the notes, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember this. I just, off the top of my head, I don't remember them. What's up, Josh? Good to see you, sir. Oud Cake by Nazar. Boucheron Singulier. That's a great cheapie. That's a great cheapie. Congratulations, my guy. I saw you post on Facebook. Good to see you. Saga, always a pleasure. Care Pistachio. You get a soft live stream clap. I love when somebody's wearing that one. Cidrapoise, you can't go wrong there. Spices Must Flow. I like the name. Scent of the Night Plum and Cognac. Phenomenal stuff. My bottle from the Bishop is right here. I've been pulling the cap, sniffing it at random. Sauvage EDP, you can never go wrong. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, Cody. It's a good fragrance right there, man. Ancre Noir Sport and Mercedes-Benz Select Night. I still haven't tried. I know. People have been on me for a couple of years now about it. But Ancre Noir Sport is fantastic. Good to see you, sir. Go Yankees. Scent of the day, Creed Aventus Cologne, my favorite Creed fragrance. What's up, E? Good to see you. Indeed, sir. Indeed. Hey, you know, when I first sprayed it, because I found it at the local Ross Dress for Less, I was like, it's not really anything special. It's just okay. Like I kind of gave it a, better than good kind of rating. Then I wore it twice that week, and I was like, holy shit, I do really like this. Because that's what kind of sucks about giving a first impressions rating is it's only that 10 to 15 minute window. Because 2 to 3 hours later, after it's really got into the dry down, it changes so much. And that one's one that you really just, the opening's kind of generic, smells like chrome. But then it really starts to get a little more herbal and woodsy as it dries, and it becomes such a better fragrance. It's actually a solid release in that line. I don't think it's one of the best designers released this year. I think it falls to that middle tier video that I'm going to do. It's pretty solid. If you can find that, guys, if you can find that one for $40 at the rack store, totally a great pickup. If you like the chrome line, if you like chrome, the base DNA, because the base DNA is very present, that's a solid release from them. I'm with you, man. Good to see you. Hoffman, always a pleasure. Congratulations to you as well. I said she saw yes. Congratulations, my man. A lot of big stuff happening this year for people. It's great to see. It's been great to see. Also, I don't know when Justin's going to tell y'all, but we have a name. We have a name. I was told yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. He told me what their son's name's going to be. So pretty excited for them. That's for him to tell you guys. I was just really giddy. I was shocked he threw it out there. I don't know if he told anybody on content yet or not. I haven't looked, but yeah, exciting time. Speaking of, reason I say that, speaking of great things happening for good people, Justin and Grace, right? Justin hits the milestone. They have a child on the way. I love seeing good things happen to good people, such as yourself, sir, is my point. And my man D. Da Vinci, the poet, as well. Another great guy. Scent of the day, I need great choice. Great choice. Dior Homme Parfum, absolute masterpiece. You get a soft live stream clap. Great choice. Minty and chocolatey. Nothing's popping in my head immediately. Separately, yes. Together, I got to give it some thought. Nothing's like popping up in my head immediately. Le Beau Parfum, you get a soft live stream clap. That's my favorite Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance. Fig Ecstasy from Mancera from Michael. Good to see you, sir. 1 Million Royal. I was debating on throwing a 1 million flanker this week. Since you said that one, I think I'm going to throw 1 Million Royal in the rotation because I wanted to do something 1 million this week in the rotation because I haven't wore any of them in a little bit. And that I was actually debating between that and Golden Oud. because I got gold coming in because I'm giving it some more chances to see where it's going to fall in those release videos, since I got 3 tiers this year for the designer releases. Because right now it's trying to climb out of the bad release section for me. I want to give it some chances here. Some big full bottle sprays, not just little decant sprays. So I want to give it a really good opportunity to grow on me. See if it can jump into that middle tier. It's not going to go into my favorites, but it's got a chance to jump into that middle tier for me. So before that gets here, I want to do one of the more recent releases. So I think Royal is what it's going to be. So we're at 15 minutes. We got 124 in the chat. I appreciate you guys. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up. And we're going to start with the Fragrance World fragrance. Definitely love Cherry Smoke. Tom Ford, man. Great house. Kamrakawa, great option. I saw they got some new Kamra fragrances coming. Very curious to see that. See, I have to try that because this clone is amazing. That's the downside sometimes of trying to clone before the original, but maybe not, because I have a different outlook than a lot of people, where if I really like the clone and I find out what it's cloning, it's like, well, I need to try the original then if I like the clone this much, because very, very, very rare instances where I would say, oh, the clone's better. It happens, but there's very rare instances I would say that. And we're talking Guerlain. I'm sorry, ain't no Paris Corner fragrance going to beat a Guerlain. Not to me. Not to me. My opinion, of course. Oud Mood, reminiscent Latafa, scent of the day for me. Jean-Gustave Homme Amaze, Le Beau EDT clone. Just ordered 30 ml 2-pack deal. Triumph of Bacchus and Bacio Immortel. That's a good 1-2 punch. Bacio Immortel, fun fact, my favorite wedding fragrance. Noted. My man Marcus, good to see you, sir. Gritty, I haven't tried that one from Gritty, but I'm a fan of the house. Haul video, that's why. I'm happy you dropped a few recently. It's like when the lives, everyone's chilling and talking. I appreciate it. And look, that's why at least once a week we just cut up. And I always start with us cutting up and catching up. We get caught up on what you guys are saying. And then the end of the video, into the live stream, we just talk. You know, because we're going to get down to business. We got 3 fragrances. We'll do it, you know, roughly an hour and a half. Depends on where we're at after the third one, because I always want to talk to you guys for at least 15 minutes at the end. Just bullshit, you know. Great choice. That's a put some respect on its name kind of fragrance. I did. I got Very Good Girl for the wife. I bought Mercedes-Benz Club Black as the second spin for the members giveaway for the All-Star tier. I bought Mancera Black Noir as the second spin for the Hall of Fame tier. What else did I buy? Because I bought myself a couple of things. That's 3 out of the 5 weren't for me. 2 for members and 1 for the wife. What else did I buy? Oh, 1 Million Gold, 50 ml. I grabbed that. And one other thing. It's not popping out in my head at the moment. Macy's. Toomey 19 Degree and 1 Million. Oh, those are some good ones. Any suggestions? Well, somebody else going to have to hit you at the moment because we're almost 20 minutes in. We got to get going. I'm trying to hurry and get to the bottom. Your ears must be burning. I talked about how you're going to blame me if Deziro sucks. You asshole. Good to see you. That's going to be the second fragrance we're going to be smelling. So I'm skipping down. I apologize, everybody. I really do, because I know not everybody's a fan of when I do this. So I would suggest checking out my review. I got a full review on that particular fragrance. Usually questions like that, my suggestion is always going to be to check my video, because most of the time I have a recent video. Because I don't want to go into a full review right here and now on the live stream when I already did that work. Makes sense? Like, I already did that. Just go check the video, you know? Because I haven't tried the original either. And that's another one that's like, damn, I love this clone. I really need to try the original. So I'm skipping to the bottom. I apologize, guys. I know not everybody's a fan of that. Quez, I see you, Deadhead. Good to see you, sir. He's not naming the baby Custom. That is definitely not what's happening. That caught my eye. Of course, some dumb shit Jason said caught my eye. Robert, good to see you. I see you on Texas, Alabama, boy. Fragrance Connoisseur, it's good to see you, sir. Aramis by Aramis. Old school. See, that was what my dad was rocking in the 80s and 90s before he made the switch to Eternity and Obsession. That was his signature scent. So I always think of him when I see the original Aramis get brought up. So, Blue Talisman Twist. Does it measure up? Is it worth a damn? Should you save up a lot more and get the original? Like I said, I tried the original first in this instance, and it's like, okay, I'm cool with a good enough experience for Blue Talisman, so I'm hoping this is the good enough experience. It might not be good enough. Fragrance World has disappointed me before. They usually don't lead me astray, but they have disappointed me before. The bottle's nice. A little heft to it. Cap doesn't stay all that well, and it's plastic. Nothing special. It's not terrible, but not one I would pick up from the cap. Atomizer was almost lined up. I was able to scrub the fragrances off from this morning, so we're clear. Big, wide spray. It's pretty good atomizers. A lot of citrus. Citrus, a little bit of greens. Yeah, that definitely does remind me of Blue Talisman, but off the scent memory, again, I don't have my decant anymore because I sent it to Randy a while back. I don't think it's 1-to-1. Not that I was expecting it to be anyway, but I feel like it's missing something. It's a little powdery. I don't remember Blue Talisman being powdery. Maybe that's the difference that I'm picking up here. Because it is a little powdery immediately. Right off Jump Street, I'm getting a little powder. Like a powdery citrus with a little bit of woods, a touch of green. Not exciting me. It's okay. I'm more underwhelmed by this than I was by Blue Talisman. So there's that. It's okay. It's not bad. It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't smell as good as I was hoping it to. Just as an individual, and I give a shit less how accurate it is. I want it to smell similar to. It doesn't have to be spot on. I don't care about that. I just want to get a similar feeling, and I don't feel as good as when I smelled Blue Talisman. And some of you are like, well, yeah, no shit, that's an expensive niche fragrance. I get that. I'm looking for good enough. I'm looking for good enough in this situation. It's okay. So this is one of those brands when it comes to Paris Corner that I would advise Parfum.com. See, because you got a lot of the Middle Eastern stuff is going to be on here. The hidden gems. Shout outs to gems. Popular brands and so on. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Parfum, this is a good place to look for stuff like this. They have them divided by collections, as you can see. Not everything's on here, but a lot of stuff is, as you can see. Like, this is where I got the notes for Liquid Brune and Azure Oud when I did the Azure Oud review. It's just interesting to see all that. You got the one and only Moonlit Night. So any of you that were wondering where to find the note breakdowns, look, they don't have everything, but they got a lot of stuff you won't find on Parfumo and Fragrantica and places like that. And as you can see, they have almost 500 fragrances. It's a diverse library. This is just Fragrance World. So, because they got both Taj fragrances, they call them Taj Blue and Taj Green on here. That's where I've looked at the notes before. I could type it in search, but it's more fun this way. Pineapple, cardamom, incense, vanilla, sage, patchouli, sandalwood, tonka bean. It's not over the top juicy pineapple, but sure, that makes sense. It's not super spicy like you would expect with cardamom being in the top. The incense is definitely there, but it smells more like church incense kind of stuff. You know, it's not the typical like smoky incense that would excite me. It's and the patchouli here, it doesn't give me a lot of creaminess. The tonka bean's probably what's giving me the powder that I was talking about. It smells very, I hate to use this word, but it's what's coming to mind, bland. Like, I'm getting a lot of these notes. I get fruity, citrusy smells. I get woods. I get sweetness. I get all of these things. Like I said, a little bit of powder. But it doesn't, like, captivate me in any way. Kind of frustrating. I will give it a full wearing before I fully judge it, but I don't think it's that special to where I would say, this is the good enough experience for those of you that have been looking to not pay for Blue Talisman but want something similar. Is it similar? Yeah, but it doesn't feel the same. Feeling's a big thing for me. When I smell something, how does it make me feel when I smell it? And I mean, it's all over me here in my demeanor, the way I'm speaking. It's not exciting me in any way. A little bit let down, but can you really have that high of expectation when you're looking at a clone? You know, I had clones that blew me away this morning. This blew me away. It's my sin of the day. You know, so I'm not saying it as a blanket statement. It's individualized to this fragrance specifically. It's okay. I'm thinking like 6 out of 10, you know, and I think I'm being nice with 6 out of 10. Maybe 5.5 is a little bit more fair because I think it's just okay. It's just in that average good, not really better than good, because I start going to 6 and 6.5. That's better than good. I don't think this is better than good. I think this is just good. It's okay. Average, middle of the road. Not something I'm going to put the stamp on and say, guys, this is one to get. Do whatever you want, you big boys and girls. And some of you may love this and think I'm crazy. It's all good. It's just how I feel in the moment. Doesn't get more authentic than a live reaction for a first-time sniff. And yeah, it doesn't excite me. It's unfortunate. I'm really hoping these Nishanes are a pick-me-up because I didn't get what I was looking for here. Dropped like $40 on it. It's not the end of the world. I've blind bought more expensive things that I hardly ever touch. So it's not the end of the world. I don't mind it. I blind buy knowing full well there's potential. I won't care for it. And it's not that I don't care for it. It's not delivering the way I wanted it to. So I can't put the stamp of approval on this one, guys. This is not one I would say definitely check out if you're looking to replace, you know, scratch the blue talisman itch. For some of you, it might. For me, it's not. If I want blue talisman, I think this is one of those instances where I'll have to get blue talisman. I'm not going round the clone world just trying a bunch of different ones, because by the time you try 3 or 4 of them, you could have damn near got blue talisman. Looking for blue talisman, does that make sense? That's where it becomes a problem. Like, oh, this wasn't the one. Let me try this one. It's pretty good, but it's still not what I'm looking for. Then by the time you get to 4 or 5 of them, you could have damn near bought it at retail, let alone at a discount potentially. So I don't want to play that game. I might explore one other, like an Alexandria or something like that, potentially a Dua, maybe give them a shot. But after that, I'm done. I'll try maybe one more and then I'll give up, because I don't want to spend the bulk of what getting the real deal would have costed looking for a clone, because I'd rather just spend a little more into the real deal if I feel like I need it that bad. Again, I was looking for good enough. It's close to good enough, but not quite good enough. It's solid. I wear it. Hell, I'll put it in the rotation this week. I'll give it a legitimate shot. It's just, I don't know. It's not any type of love at first sniff for me, unfortunately, which sucks. I'm sure you can tell there's just sheer disappointment here for me. So let's see. Where was I? Where did I stop at? No, I do not. I do not agree with you at all, sir. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support. You're clearly subscribed for at least 2 weeks, but I do not find even a little bit of a similarity there to a syrupy, sweet, boozy, amber cherry with some spice. Smells nothing like cotton candy to me, because Baccarat Rouge 540 is very cotton candy-like. Very different fragrances to me, sir. Very different. So no, I do not agree. Paragon by Initio, it's growing on me, but gave me a chapstick smell. I'm not familiar with it enough to relate. I don't know. Somebody else might be able to weigh in, though. I have not. They've reached out in the past. Wasn't really interested. Nothing against them. I didn't have any interest. Rocking Cereza from them right now. Love the Sonic the Hedgehog from the Sega Saturn era as your avatar. Okay, so this is where I had ended. Okay. On Fragrance Connoisseur, it's good to see you, my man. There you go. And see, I've only worn Vintage Radio once, so I can't really weigh in too heavily on that one either. Star Nebula from Fragrance World, Oud Satin. Oh, I haven't tried Oud Satin from them, but Starman Nebula I've heard's pretty damn good. I love me some Pure Malt. I haven't tried the clone, but because in my reasoning is I wear Pure Malt so rarely and specifically only in the wintertime that I don't really seek out any clones of it because I so seldom wear the original in the first place. So it's like I'm just buying that just to have it, basically. Is kind of how you could look at it. Eternal Wood, I've heard good things. I still need a more cafe. He said pretty good blue talisman interpretation. Well, I just got to figure out. I'll talk to D about it because I got to figure out who's going to be the second chance I give because I'm only going to try 2. Like I just gave you my reason why. I'm only going to try 2 because after that, like say I give that one a shot and it still doesn't scratch the itch. Now it's going to be come to Jesus meeting with myself and do I really need blue talisman? Do I really need it? Am I going to wear it enough to justify the $2+, $250, $300 that's going to cost me? So that's what I'm trying to avoid. But again, if by the time you do 4 clones, you could have damn near got the bottle, or got the bottle, depending on the clones. Alexandria is not super cheap. Sometimes I don't want to wear the complex stuff. Most of the time, I don't want to wear the complex stuff. I'm with you on that. That's what I'm hoping for too. Let's see. Taj 2 seems different in the fruit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that. Like, it's not really doing it for me, unfortunately. Again, it's not bad, but it's not all that good either. It's really like just straight up deserves a 5.5. It's just okay. It's okay. Gold Rose Oud, and Hindu Kush. Can you recommend a smoky fragrance that stands out? How complex do you want the smoky fragrance to be, and how much are you looking to spend? Because Vanille Noir from Epico Parfums, they're not too crazy expensive, but it is niche. And as far as smoky, that's the best smoky fragrance I've ever smelled. It's a multitude of different smoke and incense nuanced, like 5 or 6 different notes. We're talking incense, we're talking guaiac wood, we're talking birch, we're talking all different, like there's a smoky leathery facet to it. There's a lot of different smoky elements to it. And it is like an aromatic incense. It's very airy, but still has some really good staying power. Epico, E-P-I-C-O. It's called Vanille Noir. Noir with an E at the end. V-A-N-I-N-O-I-R-E. Epico Parfums Vanille Noir. That's the best, like full-on smoky incense fragrance that I've tried. Now, if you want different levels to it with other strong supporting notes, I could go beyond that. But as far as like straight up, like airy incense, just beautiful, that. Yeah, it had a hot year this year, that's for sure. Musk Tonkin Parfum d'Empire. Never tried that. Randy, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Can't stay. My wife's car broke down. Just went, shit, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hope the damage isn't too much for the bill, man. I love when people say that because I don't think something macerating a little bit is going to change the smell too much, personally. I mean, I'll always check it out again later, but most of the time, the fragrance still smells the damn same. It just might be a little stronger because it's a little richer. That's really all maceration does, I find. Now, quality oils, it'll get a little deeper. Like high quality stuff, they'll age differently. They'll definitely richen a bit besides the strength changing. But with these clones, especially cheap oils like something like Fragrance World, I don't think it's going to like change the scent too much. It might richen up a little bit, but it'll probably change performance more than anything. At least that's what I find maceration does with the cheaper stuff. Just my personal experience, my take on it. But that's a lot of people's answer to stuff like that is like, I don't like it. Well, let it macerate. Maybe you'll like it in 2 months. That's always, I see that as like a go-to answer. I'm not hating on it. It's just pointing out that I see that a lot. Like that's the resolution. Oh, you don't like it now? Maybe you'll like it later. Well, I think the best chance of liking it more would be giving it more opportunities. Try it. I didn't care for it. Maybe try it again next week. It's a little bit better. Maybe try it again next week. You know what I mean? Instead of just, I'm not going to touch this for 60 days. And then I'm going to try it again. I think personally, the method I like to try more so is let me just give it this number of chances. If it grows on me the next time I wear it, maybe I'll give it another opportunity sooner than later. It all varies, of course. Just rambling a bit, I guess. Let's see, where was I? Because we're going to dive into the next one. I love 9 p.m. That's one of those rare instances I would say get that. I've had people telling me Ram Silver over it because it's more of a carbon copy to Ultra Male, but I still prefer 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is one of those exceptions to the rule for me. I say just get 9 p.m. over every Ultra Male clone and Ultra Male, personally. 9 p.m. is indeed solid. We have a genuine celebrity in the house. Miss Heather has arrived on vacation in Fort Lauderdale, hanging with us on a live stream on her vacation. Well, don't I feel special? Brought a handful of single samples just to burn them up. Well, I hope you are having a good old time, Miss Heather. It's good to see you. Not a whole lot, man. Busting open some fragrances. Darren Nero, you have to let me know how you like that one. Did I miss something? I think I missed something. I'd have to give that thought. To my live stream, MJF's theme music has been like a year and a half for my live stream. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the recorded videos? Because the reason I changed that, I got tired of having to upload a user license for that music all the time. So I went something that's copyright free. I changed it out. So it's less of a headache and hassle for me every time, because it quickens the process a little bit. Because when it goes through the checks, when it's uploading, it'll be like, oh, copyright strike, can't monetize, and I have to dispute it and upload the license. Here I have the freaking user license for it to use the music. It's kind of a pain in the ass because YouTube won't just let you save it and do it one time. You got to do it every freaking time. So it's become a pain in the ass, and I kind of like the music I switched to. So if indeed you don't like it that much, it's only like 11 seconds. Just skip real quick. 11 seconds forward. We'll both be okay. But I appreciate the feedback. I'm not changing it. It's a headache for me, so I'm not changing it. It's made the process smoother. Musk therapy. And Alexandria Blue Talisman's thoughts? Because I'm assuming you've tried the original. Thoughts? I value your opinion. I hate that you made sense with that point. I have enough clones of Aventus that I should. Yeah, I have. I could have bought a couple of bottles of Aventus with all the Aventus clones I have. Now, granted, some of them have been sent to me, but I've bought a bunch of them too out of curiosity. Just sheer curiosity. When it comes to Aventus, I'm always curious on if there's going to be some kind of new twist. I've got so much redundancy among stuff that smells like Aventus. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, you'll go down a rabbit hole to where you spent so much on clones, you could have got the real one. Now you're justifying to yourself, on why it's cool that you did that. When deep down you're like, I should have just, damn it, I wish I would have did this. Hindsight 2020, right? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And it seems like the right ring for the right girl really fits the two of you's aesthetic and everything. I gotta say, very creative. That's called knowing your woman. Like I said, I saw the post and everything, so because I follow you and all that. So congratulations, my man. In most instances, I would agree. Ooh, that's a good one. You don't need Chanel L'Homme Sport if you got that one. It's basically peppered Chanel L'Homme Sport. A little less synthetic. Yeah, I don't think it smells anything like it. I was kind of surprised he said that. But I mean, if that's how it smells, then that's how it smells. Then I ain't knocking the man, I believe you, Josh. I believe you. Look, you got to remember, I get so many people that reach out to me all the time. Hell, I turned Fragrance World down. Speaking of, Fragrance World reached out like a month ago. I'd rather just buy these because they probably have an expectation. I'd rather just buy them so I have the opportunity to shit on them when I want to shit on them. Because it's not like a personal relationship with a brand like them. Nothing against them. I buy their fragrances for a reason. I give them a shot because I like a lot of their stuff. But with RDZ, like I turn down a lot more than I accept because I don't want to take everything. Like people assume I just take anything and everything. And I really don't. And it's nothing against him personally. I haven't spoken to where I got to know him enough, and maybe I know he's been, gotten around to a lot of people I'm friends with at this point, and I just haven't revisited the consideration. We haven't spoke again since or anything like that. It's nothing. It's literally nothing personal, no shade or anything like that. It's just I don't take anything and everything all the time, because I'm buying so much shit on top of that I kind of limit. Like there's some packages where I'll just randomly get shit sent to me. Like once they have my address, they just send it to me, and it's an established relationship where they know I'm going to say whatever the hell I want anyway. And that's why they have my address in the first place. I'm going to say whatever the hell I want. So, and I'm not saying that wasn't an option there or anything. Like it's got nothing to do with RDZ, what I'm saying right now. Just in general, like this from Aroma Concepts, I've been working with them for years at this point. So they just like, hey, they'll mess me. Hey, got a package coming your way. And I like the surprise of it. I didn't know it was coming in the package. I like the surprise of it. So, and there's established trust there. I have established trust with them. It just gets to be a lot. I get backed up. Like I've had situations where I got so backed up on packages come in that were sent to me to where I had to start being like way more selective so I could get caught up. Some of you personally I've spoke to about this, where it's like I get backed up on packages. I try to pace myself more these days. If that makes sense. Not saying I don't want to try all these different things. I really got to pace myself. There's always time down the road because I get it. A lot of eyes, a lot of influence. Everybody wants their fragrance featured. Even if somebody will tell you, oh, I just want to get your thoughts. Bullshit, you selling a product. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. You're hoping I like it. You're hoping it turns into transactions. And that goes for anyone and everyone. It's got a product they would like to showcase on anyone's channel, not just mine. That's the hope. You're all selling products. It's not a charity event. I get it. Y'all are all hoping we like these things because there's people that value our opinions. So I take that shit very seriously, obviously. So if I could tell y'all about a relationship, I'll let somebody go today. I'm not going to say who. I'll let somebody go over y'all. I let a long-standing relationship go today over you guys. I just want to let you know I love you. I tell you guys all the time, y'all come first. Y'all come first. And that's all I'll say. Because no disrespect, they weren't doing anything shady. It was a decision I made looking out for you guys when it comes to, pricing across the internet. And I sacrificed the relationship over looking out for you guys. Because my exact words is I got a sharp audience. They know to shop around. They know where they can find a better deal. They're not going to pay retail. So just know that much. That's as far as I go. Just know I kind of not really burned a bridge. I think that's a more dramatic way to say it, but I let somebody go today over it. Long-standing relationship. Let a company go. It wasn't a person, it was a company. Again, they weren't doing anything shady, so don't think it's anything like that. It wasn't shady shit. We haven't decided on a date. It's probably going to be a Thursday or Friday. We got to talk early this week. Dedrick mentioned it a couple of days ago. We haven't inked out the time and date yet. It's probably going to be Thursday, either Wednesday or Thursday, I would say. It depends on what I got going Wednesday, because I typically don't stream on Wednesdays. The only time I usually do is if it's with Dedrick. Probably if he's available for Thursday evening, it'll probably be that. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I know what you mean. Crown Jewel. Good to see you, my man. Dapper Fragrances version of Awajan, Kicks Griffey approved, FWO, Wolfpack for life, Yak Mob, I'm late. All good. All good. Don't sweat it. We still got 2 more fragrances to get through, both Nishane's. Fragrance World, not a letdown, but kind of a little bit. It doesn't scratch the itch. I'm going to wear it this week and give it a shot. It's getting a little better as it dries, but still, it's nothing special. I gave it a 5.5. It's okay. Not as good as I was hoping it would be. It's not quite good. I'm looking for good enough for Blue Talisman. It's not quite good enough. So let me skip on down. No doubt. Hey, the Adorn Flanker is great too. It's like a cedarwood dominant, a decent cedarwood too. Not super cheap, sharp, synthetic, crappy cedar either. Like very a cedar heavy twist on tuxedo. Really, really good. No, that was his bottle. And that was a couple of years ago. That was like 2 years ago at this point. Yeah, no, I did not. that has all the PR influence frags. I don't know. Like I said, the conversation hasn't dove deeper. He reached out a while back, and I politely declined until potentially a later date. Again, it was nothing I saw that was like, oh no, it wasn't anything like that. You know, he's worked with a bunch of my friends and stuff like that. So, like I said, no shade, all good. Let's see. I'm trying to get to the bottom. We're going to dive into another one. Bean Fumé. Yeah, that's a good one. I've been wanting to get a bottle. Jason will live. Jason's day has been made because he's getting to look at my beautiful face right now. We've established that Jason's day is better when he gets to see me. That was the whole reason I jumped on Dedrick's stream with him Saturday. It's the whole reason, to make Jason's day. That's why he's here right now. He needed to pick me up. He said, oh, let me go give Ross a hard time. That'll make me feel better for making all the money I made today. Huh, Jason? Jason got that screw you guys money. I'm telling y'all, not quite fuck you money. He's got that screw you guys money. Oh, man. About name of his son or a fragrance? Because I was talking about how he told me what they're naming their son. So I don't know if that's what you're referring to. I only have a few. My favorite is literally right here. I've been debating on wearing it. White Hinoki. Really, really good. It's like a boozy, citrusy, woody green fragrance. Yeah, man. Really good. Really good. Great performer, too. I have limited experience. I have Dark Orchid, which is basically niche Tom Ford Black Orchid. And it's one of the strongest things I own. One spray will fill a room. It's crazy. So let me skip to the bottom a little bit. I apologize, guys. I want to dive into Deziro. See if I can get Jason hyped up. See if it's good. Was on everyone's hit list. Yeah. I'm just happy to have the two inspirations, and I'm going to move happily on. Indeed, ma'am. Indeed. I sure appreciate that, Casey. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome to the live chat, though. I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Welcome. I saw your comment earlier. I regret a lot of clone purchases, but curiosity gets the best of you. That's my issue. Yeah, for sure. And look, I buy some clones here and there. Like I bought this one, but a lot of the clones I get are sent to me. And the main reason I do it is because I know you guys want to know what I think on them, because a lot of my audience likes to buy the clones. They don't give a shit about the niche stuff. They don't want to spend the money. They're not interested. And I get it. And there's certain clones I really, really, really enjoy. Some that I'm just good enough. I'm good enough with them. I don't need the originals. I've tried the originals. I like the clone, or like there's a big enough twist. That's my thing. I like a big twist. Walk a similar path, but not the same path. I prefer that. I like the twists. That's the inspired fragrances are my favorite, not direct clones. So there's certain ones that I really, really jive with. But the overwhelming, just sheer amount of clone and inspired fragrances I have is because you guys want to see it. I wouldn't have near as many if you guys didn't want to see it as much as y'all do. And I don't just mean y'all. I mean overall. What's up, Luis? Hawas Ice. That's a good one, man. Ooh, wearing Neo. Speaking of beautiful green fragrances. You didn't have to say pause after that. If anybody was thinking something like that about your comment, it's them, not you. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Jason. Did that seem like one that he really needed to say it anyway? Like, I say it out of irony to be corny and funny about it, like intentionally corny the way I say it, because it's kind of ridiculous to me how much it gets said. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, I saw the picture. Congrats, man. Congrats, Josh. I did see the picture of the meetup. I knew it. I trimmed it for you. The wife likes it, but I said it was mainly for Jason. It wasn't for you, baby. It was for Jason. Jason likes the salt and the pepper, you know. Almost to the bottom. No, I didn't. The Wu-Tang Dunks? No, I didn't. They are nothing to fuck with, though. My man Polo and Jay's, if he's still here, he got them. He gets all that dope shit, you know. I haven't counted in a little while. I don't know. It's over 2,000. I know for certain it is. When I did that video, that was a year and a half ago. Almost a year and a half ago when I did the collection video, and it was over 1,400. I'm definitely over 2,000. I just don't know how much over. Influencer was not on my 2024 bingo card. Oh, I love the house. I've got a video on just about every fragrance or a live stream. A lot of them are in live streams, but they're usually in the title. Yeah, Cairo Nights. Oh, yeah, that's one you listed. And Black Anubis. That's two of them. That's two of my top 5. Oh, yeah. Sphinx Elixir is amazing as well. And Mangolicious Hibby Storm. Oh, yeah, he's been having them. He got them for the initial shock drop. And I think he got them like early. I think he got them before the day before, actually. So, all right. Yeah, he's here. He's here. He hears his ears are ringing. He's watching. What's up, Marcus? Best Brands Perfume. Good to see you, sir. Long time. Ever have fragrances that you only like to smell them but can't wear them for some reason or another? Yes. Dark Lord by Killian. Yes. I have the perfect example. I talked about it recently. Black Prestigium from Mancera. I never have a scenario to wear that crazy, challenging work of art, but I love it. I have a bottle that I'll never even come close to putting a dent in, let alone finishing. It reminds me, like the base of it is Mancera the Oud, that kind of biblical smelling, just functified, like the most functified oud I think Pierre Montal's used for Mancera. Take that, now add rose and violet and leather and iris and just start piling on all the notes and incense and earthy tones and just throw a bunch of shit in there and just blend it to perfection. It's mainly an iris leather oud is the way I would, like, the main things I would point out. Crazy strong, beautiful, fucking beautiful fragrance. I don't dress accordingly. I think that's a daring scent to wear in a situation that calls for it. Special events, when you really want to stand out, that's what that's for. And that's a rarity for me these days. So that's the fragrance. It's a great question. That's exactly the fragrance. I was ready for this one. So let's dive into Deziro. Let's see if I can hype Jason up so when he gets disappointed, he can blame me. He already told me, even though he bought it before me, he already told me that if he doesn't like it, he's blaming me like he does everything else. And see, I go trimming my beard for him. Who's the better friend here? Telling you, one-sided friendship. Unbelievable. I can't not laugh when I fuck with Jason. I love Jason. I've looked at the notes once. I remember it being like aquatic and stuff like that. Look at this vibrant, fun, playful label. Little metal plate and everything. Mal. There's that little asterisk on the E, so it's mal, not just male. I have high hopes here. I very much have high hopes for this fragrance. I'm a big fan of this house. If you ever tell me, Ross, I'm thinking about buying Nishane, insert name of fragrance here, I'm just going to say yes. Even if it's one I haven't tried, I'm just going to assume it's good. Because I've never tried anything even close to just, kind of good from them. Great work from this house. I get a little bit of a dry woody tone immediately out in the air. Like wood shop dry wood. If there's nutmeg in here, that's what that reminds me of. Dry woody spice, sawdust kind of thing. Nutmeg always gives me that. Out in the air, I'm thinking it's something like that. Just saying. Very fresh, but I get that dry wood smell. Oh, very much so. And there's a little bit of a fruit nuance. Oh, this is great. Who was it? If you're still here, whoever said it was underwhelming and too safe, can you please tell me your full thoughts now that I'm sniffing on it? Because I'd love to hear it. Because I really like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts further. I'm going to be nice. I'm not like trying to be an ass or anything. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm so curious because I'm really, you're going to like this, Jason. It's not, I always say I pronounce it wrong because I just spell EGE. I don't know how to, whatever, but I put it on par with the versatility of that, where it's got that level of airiness and freshness, but it's not like some fizzy aldehydic type of fragrance like that. This is more watery meets dry woods. It's weird because when you hear watery and you hear dry woods, that don't sound like it can go together. But if you ever smelled Oud Mineral, I'd describe dry rotten wood with aquatic in that. I'm not saying it smells like Oud Mineral, but there's certain characteristics that I can relate, for example, basically. There's something familiar about this, though. I'm not saying it's duping anything, but there's an accord that's standing out that's familiar. There's a distinctive fruitiness here. Let's head on over to Yield Parfumo and look at the notes. Just FYI, I'm vibing with this one. Time capsule collection. I didn't realize that's this is going to be above an 8. Just a heads up. I'm rating higher than they are. They're 7.2 out of 10. Sweet, woody, fresh, aquatic citrus. We got ambergris, mandarin orange, marine notes. Mint. It's a dry mint. Star anise. That's drying the damn thing out. The woody notes could be helping, but it's got to be the star anise. That's what I remember looking at the note breakdown being like, that's kind of weird to have with the rest of it. I don't think the carrot's drying it out. It could be cypriol is going to give a little bit of an earthiness. Geranium mixing with mint could be intensifying the freshness of the marine notes. Confident that's what's going on. The ambergris probably adding to the marine notes. It's not over the top musky, but yeah, it's clean and musky and aquatic and dry and woodsy at the same time. It's very fresh. It's got to be the mintiness and that star anise that's giving me that accord. I'm getting this dry, woody, fresh, aquatic thing. It's not a bunch of other fragrances. Let's see if anybody's relating it to anything. Oh, that's what it was. They were relating it to Cool Water Intense. I disagree. I forgot. This was one of the reasons I wanted to buy it, just to see how wild or not or accurate this would be. I could get a little bit of Bleu de Chanel EDP here. Similar type of airiness, citrus and woods. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I'm not going to say it's exactly Bleu de Chanel because it is not, but I understand why people would say that it smells like Bleu de Chanel. There's elements here. I would say like half of it is Bleu de Chanel elements and accords. Much more aquatic than either of these, like far more aquatic and watery. A drier fragrance as well. Like that sandalwood's not making it creamy. At least not right now. Maybe later on. This is just the first few minutes, but early on, no. It's got to be that star anise and the mint that's doing what I'm saying I smell. Because while I smell it and now knowing what the notes are, that kind of makes sense to me based on what I'm smelling. Cool Water Intense, I disagree. Maybe closer to grapefruit and sage because it's fresher than Cool Water Intense. It's not as bubblegum dominant as Cool Water Intense. Like Cool Water, grapefruit, and sage, maybe a little closer to that. But even then, I still don't think as much. Really, the bottle got 8.3 on 23 ratings. All right. But I mean, it's well above average. People are, as far as scent and the way it performs, people have good ratings on it. They're just not being blown away by it. Because if you're looking for something over the top original, you're not going to get that here. There's relativity to other fragrances like the tie-in to Bleu de Chanel. Yeah, I agree with that. There's elements of it here. Obviously not the same. It's not grapefruit. It's orange. It's aquatic. Bleu de Chanel is not. The woods are a little different. It's dry. Bleu de Chanel is not really. So again, I would say like 50% of it. I'm like 8.5 here. I think for an everyday wear, this is one of the better ones I've picked up this year. Quality here is pretty good. There are some synthetics. It doesn't smell totally natural, but it smells like some quality synthetics. Like it's Nishane. These fragrances, even at the volume they produce them at, they're not making them for $3 a bottle. They're not. Their overhead's a little bit higher than that. Even though they're on a grander scale, they're mass marketed niche. Mass marketed niche is a lot of bottles, They're all over the world, but this is a solid pickup. At $136 for 50 ml, I believe is what I paid. It might be a little higher than some want to pay, but if you're buying Bleu de Chanel EDP, you're paying that. You're paying a little less than that for a 50 ml. This is a better fragrance. The quality's better. Same level of versatility. Daily wear fragrance, easily, all day, every day, including Sunday. Every day and twice on Sunday, I think is the better way to put it. For Deziro. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. 8.5. Great fragrance. Makes up for the disappointment from Taj 2. More of a letdown than a disappointment. Like I was expecting more, let me down a little bit. I like this a lot. going to get to you at some point. Poor Versace Eros Energy. It was supposed to be today. It got bumped for Black Cherry. I moved it to tomorrow. Now Deziro's captivated me to where it's like, nah, I'm gonna wear Deziro tomorrow. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for me. But this is my kind of style here. This is the kind of stuff I reach for often. So definitely one for me. Hachibat, speaking of Nishane. And see, I can't get down with the oregano note. And it's not terrible to me. It's just not for me. Pretty much. I mean, not completely redundant, but there's some redundancy there. I thought you bought it before me. I mean, I didn't hype you up for it. I didn't. We talked about it after the fact that both of us had already bought it. I didn't hype you up for it, but you're still going to blame me. Bring back the grizzly. No, the big giant beard? No, I ain't doing that. That was just while I was in the mountains. I just wanted to do it the one time. Jason, do better. And they not know where I'm at in the conversation. I know you're always ready to play the fucking blame game. Jesus Christ. Once since I own it, I wore it to an outing to a bowling tournament. That's such a bold fragrance. The compliments I got was good. It's a special fragrance. I'm surprised you wore it to that setting, but hey, if it worked for you. You know what I mean? Because that's a setting that I think it might be a little risky. But I mean, if you're wearing it with confidence, it's definitely nothing like anything they've smelled before. That's the thing that'll work in your favor with a fragrance like that is if you come across somebody that's familiar to them, boy, did you find a unicorn out in the fucking wild. If they're like, oh, Black Prestigium? Oh, yeah, man, I got a bottle of that. Or, oh, I've been debating on getting that. This online community is a few 100,000 people, but when you spread that all across the world of 8 billion, boy, is it a small number, small percentage number. So, and not all couple 100,000 that are in the online community know of Black Prestigium or have smelled it, is my point. So you're the unicorn when you wear it. You find somebody that's familiar with it. 2 unicorns have met. Makes sense? Yeah, money bags do better. All that screw you guys money he got going on. Yeah, it's definitely aquatic. No denying it. From the start, it's aquatic. I love Nishane. Yeah, it's obviously going to remind you about this. Like that Bleu de Chanel tie-in, for sure. But I think it's better than Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. As do I with Cobalt, Loewe 7 Cobalt. I think that one's not near as aquatic as this. This has different elements. Again, there's some similarity there, but this is not Bleu de Chanel. Loewe 7 Cobalt's Bleu de Chanel. Yeah, it's very much like really close to Bleu de Chanel. But this is like half of it, in my opinion. But I understand if you don't want some redundancy, there's some redundancy here. I sure like it, though. It's getting a little powdery even. I'm digging it. That's the first step, is admitting that there's a problem. No doubt, no doubt. You could get away with leather and oud. Those 2 flankers work. They're not too redundant. Amber. No, amber's would be too redundant. Absolutely, because it's boozy. Most Wanted Parfum, not at all. I think mainly those 3. Only because it's fresher, but Only's kind of lackluster when you compare it to the others. I would say either leather, oud, or absolutely would be the 3. It dries it out just right. Like it gives it that little something extra. It doesn't add a bunch of spice like you would think. Like there's a little bit of spice. I wouldn't call it a spicy fragrance, but if you want to attribute any type of spice to this fragrance, it's going to be that star anise. I always say anise. It's actually anise. But I think that's the culprit for drying it out a little bit. It doesn't give the licorice feel, but it definitely helps to dry the aroma out a little bit, and I think it works. It doesn't. You're good, Jason. Don't sweat it. Now watch it. You're going to think it smells like cool water and blame me because I said it doesn't. Jesus. Also trying Flavonius. Okay, so it was you. Okay. Same experience. That one is special version and compliment. Get a roast. Okay, so it was you too. Okay. Yeah, so I like it. I like it. Doesn't smell like cool water. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate you seconding that because it does not smell like cool water intense. Like I said, I could reach with people a little bit and say maybe a little bit of grapefruit and sage, but even then, I think it's a reach. You know, like I think closer to that than cool water intense, and even then, it's still a reach. But the Blue de Chanel tie-in, I get it. Okay, so Spencer's going live after me. So Spencer did reach out. What time are you going live? Because I don't want to go live at the same time. So you're talking about this one as well in your live stream. Noted. There you go. Don't sweat that kind of shit, Spence. Come on now. Oh, there's a good way to get blocked. I've seen this avatar before, and I want to say it's been some screwy shit like this before, and I just didn't block. Well, all right then. That's my favorite Zerzov, personally. No, that actually wasn't the first comment. I've seen this profile before. At least I've seen the avatar. No, not Cuba Black Prestigium. No. Well, hey, you got a very leisurely HR department, is how you got to look at that. Well, a bean fume doesn't have the freshness. That's a very resinous fragrance. Sovereign has a lot of freshness and citrus and stuff like that to it. It's got some odd notes. I think coconut's in there as well. It's a very original fragrance. Oh, definitely French Defense from Mind Games. It's not even close. Don't get me wrong. Loving this clone of Cherry Oud, but I wouldn't dare take it over French Defense. French Defense is true. Super expensive, though. Which one, though? Just regular Loewe 7? I never smelled that one. Too intense if you have Jim. A little bit, but you got to remember that booziness is a separator. I have not. Well, no, if you legitimately want to blame me, Jason, it's all good. I've gotten used to it. Is what we'll say. So let me skip down a little bit. Something else, please. That women actually like to smell on men. There's a take. I grabbed it from Fragrance Buy. These came from Fragrance Buy. The 5 fragrances total, 3 for me, and then 2 for the fragrance the member giveaways. Damn. Pure Blue's good. It smells like a Nautica Voyage if you added cardamom to it. I think it's better than Nautica Voyage, honestly. My bottle, I get every bit of 8 or 9 hours out of it. Forms really well for me. It's very strong. First 2 hours, like really strong. Surprise you. It'll surprise you. So now it's Best Perfume Axe. Before it was Best Perfume Aspen. All right. See, mine's very warm and rich. My bottle's from 2018. As far as like new batches, I don't know, but my 2018 bottle. Stout stuff. Made it to the bottom. That I did. Latafa Assad, great choice. So we got one more. The third and final Nishane Colognise flanker. Well, line fragrance. The original +2 flankers. Hesperide Colognise. Let's give it a shot. I don't remember the notes. And when I see them, I'm like, oh, yeah, that. It was that. Okay. Because I've looked at them. I just don't remember them. I look at so many fragrance breakdowns. It's unbelievable on a day-to-day basis. We're going to go over on the palm tree now. It's got big shoes to fill because Saffron Colognise is like impeccable. So, again, high hopes. The bar has been set really high for this line. The original's great. The Saffron flanker's even better. Oh, and this is a different type of citrus. This one's really good too. Bright citrus, not warm like the Saffron flanker. It's got this like popsicle meets citrus thing going. Doesn't that sound weird? Immediately thought of popsicles. Still thinking of popsicles. There's a certain fruit in here that's making me think of popsicles. We're immediately going to the notes here. I really like it. It's going to be a high rating. Just this opening is beautiful. What is it? Lime. It smells like this citrus blend of bergamot, lime, and orange smells like a popsicle. Like the fruit lime fruit bars. That's what it is. The lime fruit bars. The popsicles basically, but the lime fruit bars. You guys know what I'm talking about. Low sugar, made of fruit. In your popsicle section at the store, lime fruit bars. That's what it is. 6.8 out of 10, really. Fresh citrus, green, synthetic, spicy. Got cashmere wood, cedar wood, iris, and jasmine. Oh, yeah, there it is. Iris, okay. Base notes of ambergris, moss, musk, vetiver. So you got some earthy stuff, vetiver and moss hanging out in the base because definitely an earthy green tone to both of the other ones. So it's going to be a similar base, I'm sure. But I don't get a bunch of iris, not right now. It's not prominent. I don't think, anyways. Citrus's scent is fresh citrusy. I agree with that. A harmonious blend of citrus, oily vetiver, and oceanic ambergris offers exceptional value. Yet its floral heart feels a bit like an lady. Not a lady, but an lady. All right. I don't get much of the florals here, so I don't relate to Kim Jong. With what he's saying as far as that, but the harmonious blend of citrus, I get lime fruit bar, and I like it. I don't think it's better than Saffron Colognise though. This is the freshest of the three. This is fresher than the original. The original is a greener fragrance. This is a fresher, more citrus dominant fragrance. I do get a little bit of spice. What's in here for spice? Moss. The only thing that looks like it could have some spice. So I got spicy as the fifth accord. I do get a little spice. I'm definitely not at a 6.8, but I'm also not at a 9.5 like Saffron Colognise either. I think we're back to an 8.5 out of 10 like Deziro. It's great fragrance. There's better in the line, but not just night and day. Well, kind of night and day better. Yeah, because I've really, I was fighting giving a 10. That's how much I like Saffron Colognise. For those of you that didn't see my live stream first impression, I was fighting giving it a 10. This is really damn good, though. Another, great offering from Nishane. I wonder if they'll ever do a fourth fragrance in this line. Because so far, all three are awesome. The best is definitely Saffron Colognise, though. Warm weather leather, warm citrus. Just one of the best fresh fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. Unbelievable how good that fragrance is. Any of you that haven't tried Saffron Colognise, you should. You should. If you value my opinion and trust me at all, you should try it. I'm not saying blind buy it. Find a way to try it. But it's really good. I still get that lime popsicle, a little bit of spice setting in, some woods, a little bit of wood, probably the cedar wood. But I'm not getting like a hefty dose of florals. It's a little touch of powder here, and I'm sure that's because of the iris, but not as much as you would think. Not as much as seeing iris in the note breakdown you might hope for, at least not me. No worries. Gris Charnel is goated. I don't think too many people would argue with you on that for sure. So far, all three are really good. I would put this number 2. I think the original's really good too. That's what's crazy about this. The original is the one I would rank 3rd. This is the middleman, and Saffron Flanker is the best. I think, anyways. Sammy Andrus Caribbean Islands, a really good interpretation. It's of much more warm, boozy twist. It's very much inspired by, but it's more on the rum. And it's really strong. Sammy did a good job with that one. There you go. You ever made your own spray? Combine a high-quality perfume oil and perfumer's oil? No, sir, I have not. I don't plan on mixing any oils or anything like that. I know you meant perfumer's alcohol. Yeah, I don't try doing any of that. Good to see you, sir. So on any Nishanes, just samples and dupes. Neo, Easy, Ani. Solid tries so far. I'm too cheap to drive in 100%. So a lot of their 50 mLs you can get in the low $100 range. Like stuff like this was $100. Saffron Colognise was 90. Colognise was 70. So for the price of like 2 of your clones, maybe 3 of your clones, you could get a really nice high quality Nishane fragrance. Just saying. So Nishane is not crazy expensive. We're not talking Creed prices and beyond, or Mind Games or Raja Dove or anything like that. The retail, yeah, but discounters, certain ones are expensive, but not that many of them. Not that many of them. Yeah, it's amazing. I think it's the best of the bunch. You're welcome. I've been at the O addict level for a long ass time. long time. No, I'm sure you're not the only person. She knows on his beautiful fall winter fragrance. Sorry for the yawn. Noted. No, sir. Never, not even once. I don't want my hats to linger smelling like a fragrance for 2 or 3 weeks. No, I'll never, ever, ever do that. The only way that could potentially even happen if it's a total accident and somebody gets on it. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Just like I don't like to spray my clothes unless it's necessary. That's a good one. I got a 60 ml too. I really like that. I think I paid $136. I think that's what it was. Let me double check. Let me go to my order. I paid $136. Yep. And I paid $100.74 for Hesperide Colognise. I paid $40.99 for Taj 2. I paid $158.33 for Love Triumphs Over War, and I paid $98.58 for Boston Scent Elixir. 100 ml. Now that anniversary sale they had. So let's see. While I got it up, what was the 5th fragrance? The double pack of the Armaf Unique fragrances. Effects of Unique and Unique Oud Forever. A double pack of those Armaf fragrances. That was the other thing I bought. That was $53 for those 2. And I was like, the hell, we'll talk about those. Let me grab those. Mancera Black Noir 4-ounce tester for $52. I couldn't pass that up. That was after the 10%. I was like, I couldn't pass that up. That's something cool to give away. That's a steal. Any Mancera 4-ounce bottle for $52 is a fucking steal. I to the point to where I don't think there's such a thing as a bad Mancera fragrance. Is that a fair statement? Anybody agree with that? No such thing as a bad Mancera fragrance. Just some may not be your style, but I don't think there's a bad one. I've never smelled one where I was like, fuck this fragrance. It's terrible. Or just, it's trash, pouty face. Trash fragrance. No. Never come across one. Yeah, the weekend sale was legit. Because I had just bought this order 2 or 3 days prior. And then I actually went shopping before I did my video for the sale. I went shopping on the sale. The sale was already live. And I was like, let me go buy some shit, see what they got for the door crashers. They had some good stuff. Everything I bought was door crashers. I'm not going to recommend a clone for the hot weather. I'll recommend a scent profile, whether it be original or clone. So you got to tell me what you're looking for. Because, what you mean is what type of fragrance to wear for it. Because a clone fragrance could be any number of hundreds of thousands of different fragrances. So I think I know what you meant here, but what you typed was very different from what you meant. You're saying you want the clone version of something that would be really good. But what if I was to tell you something like Versace Mano Fresh, you can get 100 ml for $50? You still need a clone? See what I'm saying? I like it. It's a classic. Modern classic. It's still good. Yeah, I haven't wore that one yet either. Nishane, man, they put out some good stuff. I agree. They have so much good in the $70 to $80 range. Big bottles too. Good performers. A lot of variety. There's a ton. There's a ton. Tonka Cola is fantastic. For his vacation, no. If that's what you're saying. No. I wouldn't. It's too heavy, spicy, sweet, and powdery and all that for that kind of vacation. Because it's going to be pretty warm because he's close to the equator. Anywhere in Mexico, he's way closer to the equator than I am. So it's going to be much warmer. We can say, I think you like it. Maybe kind of epic. Let's look at the notes. Ludano Nero. Ludano Nero from 2014. Pretty good ratings for 400 ratings. Woody, spicy, smoky, resinous, oriental. That immediately sounds good. Cognac, black amber, Latakia tobacco, not familiar with the difference. Absinthe, myrtle, and rosemary. That's an interesting top alone. Cedarwood, acai honey, camphor tree. Oh, so it's going to have that pine cone smell going mixed with all of that stuff. Cashmere, flowering ash, iris rosemary again, sandalwood slate, red rose, frankincense, bay leaf, bourbon vanilla, caper, gum rock rose, musk, oud, oak, vetiver. This is a wild ass fragrance. Wow. That's a sample first fragrance for me. That is not a blind buy. Unless I could get it for like $100. Then I'd be like, all right, I'll just pull the trigger. That's wild. That's interesting. It's a woody spice. Okay. Don't have it. Tobacco oud. That's interesting. Bentley Ferment Intense. Wild leather. I do have and like. Le Lion. What else? They got 30 fragrances they're saying it smells like. Vanquish. Fortis. I mean, who knows what to trust here? Because you got Black Afghano and Pardon. People are saying it smells like. So hard to trust a lot of this because it's so all over the place. So it's one of those things where you just got to try it for yourself, right? Unless there was like 4 fragrances and it's like between the 4 fragrances, 95 people voted and it's all like hefty, they agree. Then you could take some stock in it. But as far as just being all over the place like this, I'm sure there's some relatability here amongst all of this. But when you see this many people saying it smells similar to all these different fragrances, that means it's actually kind of unique. They're finding things to relate it to. And I'm not saying you can't find little nuances to each of these. You're like, oh, that's like this. That's like this. That's where that happens. Stuff like this, where it's like 30 different options. And the very last one still has 3 people agreeing. Whereas the main one people agree on only has 6. So that's how split this is. 6 votes for the top one with the most votes, 3 votes for the one with the least votes. So they're all kind of spread out. So 100% you can't take a lot of stock in that. This is one that you just have to sample for yourself. Joel, this does look incredibly interesting. You might be on to something here. Incredibly interesting. Don't buy too much. You'll start collecting dust on some things. 30 fragrances is a lot. That's more than a wardrobe. That's a collection. A wardrobe's 5 or 6 fragrances. You start getting beyond 20, you got a pretty, sizable collection. So now that you've probably got all the basics covered, be more selective. Start sampling more. Blind buy less. I'm trying to help. Do what you want. You want to be at 100 next month, you go for it. You spend all the money you want. It's your money. I ain't pocket watching. I'm just saying you're probably getting a little bit of redundancy. You got a lot of safe everyday stuff. You got some date night stuff. You kind of got a little cool weather, a little summer. You got some diversity here. So now it comes down to only getting stuff that you really, really, really like. Because you got the basics covered, is what the number 30 tells me. Trying to help. I agree. I completely agree. Oh, I'm sure. Let me guess. Everybody on TikTok hates it and they tell you to buy something from the TikTok shop that costs $30. That's better. I had a comment on TikTok. No, somebody from the community is actually putting a link. I got like 3 or 4 videos that just happen to have a link because I happen to be talking about a Rasasi fragrance. So it's like, settle down, shithead. You know, like calm your ass down. It's okay for everybody. Like, you've clicked links on my YouTube page to buy something for me to get a commission. It's not okay for me to do it on a different platform. I don't saturate my content with it, especially not on TikTok. It's only like 3 or 4 videos out of all the videos on there. So it's only when it makes sense, basically. So I thought that was kind of funny. I didn't even bother responding because it's like, I'm just going to be a dick. So I'm not even bother responding. I got nothing nice to say because he like gave me a really hard time. I was like, I'm going to, like, everything about what I'm going to reply with screams, fuck you. So I'm not going to reply because there's no way of me getting around it. It's going to come off as fuck you. Even if I don't say those words, that's how it's going to read. That's not bad. That's the price I'm talking about. Damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to blame Joel right here and now. I'm not saying I'm buying it this second, but I am $97. See what you did, you? You see what you did? That's blind buy level right there for me. You see what you did, Joel? But tester with a cap would have been even better. Probably been $80. You see you? We're going to put that right there for now. I'm going to put that right there. I'm not saying I'm buying it today. I'm not buying it today. But maybe by the end of the week, that might happen. Damn it, Joel. Because your recommendations have worked out every time. So I'll give you that. That's why I trust your opinion. I value your opinion here. I haven't tried it. I actually don't have it, believe it or not. Some of them will be too feminine. Yeah, they like their florals, especially rose. There's loads of them. Aqua wood, amberful. That's one of my favorite niche releases of the year. Dude, go check out my top 40 Mancera video. I've only bought like 2 more since I did that video. I got like 42, 43 bottles, something like that. So yeah, I've got a top 40 where I just cover all 40 and rank them in order of my favorite. Yeah. TLTG top 40 Mancera. Type that in. Go watch that video. You need about 45 minutes to spare, roughly 40 minutes long video. It's 40 fragrances. But I cover, at the time, every bottle I had. I love Mancera too. I think you were telling me about that the other day. Is this about to be another Bulgari Pour Homme situation where you're going to nag me until I buy it? Because for those of you who didn't know, he nagged me for like 2 years till I finally bought it. Now I got 3 of the 4. I don't have the EDP yet, the newest one. He was right. Just he stayed on my ass. I'm not checking it out because I'm going to end up putting more fragrances in the cart. I bought 10 fragrances this week already. Well, last week. They're starting to come in. Oh, Dylan Blue's amazing, man. It's a phenomenal option. Yeah, there's other things that can compete with it, but it's definitely one of the best. It's one of the best for under $50 daily wear stuff. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But yeah, there's others that'll fall into it that are just as good options for the same thing. I could easily do 10 or 20. If I was to sit down and just start gathering fragrances, I could do that video pretty easily. I'm sure I have many times, but I agree with you on it's one of the best. I think it's good too. Speaking of fragrances, I'll buy one from Louis Vuitton. It's either Orage, which is the next one I'm going to buy, or City of Stars I haven't tried. Not all that much. I think Low 7 Cobalt smells very much like Bleu de Chanel EDP. Deziro smells like 50% of Bleu de Chanel EDP. It's there. It's noticeable. You can piece it together, Bleu de Chanel. There's a few elements that make it, like I would even go so far as to say maybe 60%, more than half of it. Because again, I think it's justified people are saying Bleu de Chanel EDP. I think where it's crazy is Cool Water Intense, and that's got more votes. I don't agree with that. I think that's reaching. But there are some elements that make it a little bit different. Let's say this is Nishane's Bleu de Chanel. I think it would be the best way to put it, with some tie-in to it. It's not smoky. It doesn't have the incense and all that good stuff. At least I don't really get it. More woods than incense for sure. Coach Fermin's good stuff. Good to see you. There you go. Vetiver Essential, great all-around fragrance. No. Dark Rebel Rider, a little bit, but Dark Rebel, better. Much better. Yeah, I would take Dark Rebel from John Varvatos over Black Lacquer 10 out of 10 times. Chergy, Red Tobacco, and ooh, you got 3 good ones coming. And then getting Triumph of Bacchus Extrait. You get soft live stream clap. That's a great lineup right there, man. Yeah, I agree. Great lineup. Yeah, I'm ready for some Monday Night Raw too, because I'm sure a lot of you have seen the SmackDown spoilers of Jay getting back with Jimmy and Roman, because they taped this week's SmackDown last week. I'm sure most people have seen the spoilers. Into his economy, exactly. There you go. Fragrance X has it for 90. There you go. But I have a really good relationship with Fragrance Buy, and I'm loyal, and I'll spend the $7 because I'm going to buy more than one. I'll spend the $7. I could blame Joel for some purchases for sure. People blame me for shit all the time. That's exactly what you said the other day. I'm not looking at it today. Nope, because I'm end up wanting to get it. Y'all just want me to spend money all the time. Y'all pocket watch. Y'all want to be like, oh, you got some money to spend it. Buy it. We want to hear what you think. We're not going to buy it. We just want you to buy it. So you can tell us. You just want me to spend money. That's all it is. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's popular, man. I want Fig Me Up. That looks really good. I want most of their releases these days. They always look pretty good. Great choice. That's a great daily wear. A job interview coming up. I can't decide between these 3: Wild Le Parfum, Aqua de Jo Parfum, and Cedrat Boisé. Personally, I think a safe play, the safest play, is going to be Aqua de Jo Parfum here. There's elements that give it nuance, incense, a little bit of green, but still aquatic, fresh, inviting, disarming type of profile. Cedrat Boisé can be misunderstood. Most people think it's phenomenal, but you do come across those people that think it's terrible. It smells like an ashtray, even though I don't get smokiness from it. But I've been told these things. So I think, believe it or not, for a job interview, Cedrat Boisé is a little bit riskier than the other 2 options. I think Aqua de Jo Parfum is the one I would want to go with over Wild Le Parfum. I love all 3 options involved. Personally, love all 3 of these fragrances. Big fan of all 3. But for the circumstance, based on the risk-reward factor, I think Aqua de Jo Parfum is your safest play here. And I don't think you want to go bold in an interview. Unless that's the job description involves being bold, then sure, go more daring than these 3. But I highly doubt that's the case, so I would go Aqua de Jo Parfum personally. Fresh Tobacco Gourmand, trying to avoid redundancy. Great job. Getting my nose on a variety. That's the way to do it. That's definitely the way to do it. I'm with them. You don't need much. It's a strong enough fragrance. You don't want to be that cologne guy at an interview. Just enough where if they get a whiff, they're like, oh, that smells nice. You don't want, as soon as you walk up, it introduces you before you get an opportunity. You don't want that in an interview. You want safer in an interview. You don't want to stand out in that way. You want to stand out in the interview with how you're conducting yourself in the interview, not with your fragrance. I don't think Cool Water Intense is trash, but I think it's very juvenile. I like it. I have not. I think you would like that breakdown. I've been happily married literally, let me count the days real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In 13 days, I will have been happily married for 14 years. But thank you for asking. Yeah, sure. There you go. Yeah, sure. You're one of them. That's what I'm saying. That's for as great of a fragrance as I think it is. I think in the situation, it's a risky move. That's 2 really good ones. Yeah, for sure. Glad I could help, man. Even with Prodalome, I think that's still a strong fragrance, and you want to do less is more, 1 or 2 sprays. Like 2 sprays. I wouldn't want to do 1. Do 2 sprays each side of the neck, you know? Prada Amber Pour Homme, but like your Prada options are really good too. But I think Aqua de Jo in general is just so familiar and inviting to people. And like I said, disarming. You don't want to come across, like, don't aim for interesting with your fragrance in this situation. Aim for safe. I get wanting to wear something, add to the total package. I get it, but you want to go as safe as you can. Even Versace Pour Homme or something, like, I would pick that over the Pradas. Nothing wrong with the Pradas. Again, great fragrances. You can totally go with those, but you want to go whatever you feel is going to be the safest, most disarming fragrance you can wear in an interview situation. Do not spray to impress, dress to impress, speak to impress, mannerisms, body language to impress. Do not spray to impress in an interview. That is not a good move. Megamare. No, see, he's just being funny. Hell no. Under no circumstance should you do that. Oh, the Intense is special. Our guy Sacktastic Voyage wore it to a banquet Friday. Was it Friday he said that? Yeah, he was wearing it to a banquet Friday night. Great. That was such a great choice. That's where you want to spray to impress. Add that to that's a different scenario. A banquet? Yeah. Go bolder. Yeah, for sure. Stand out with your fragrance. Hell yeah, but not an interview. That would work. 2 sprays. That's safe. Any of the 3 Bleu de Chanel's. Jason is the sugar mama. There you go. I appreciate that. Started my channel last week. Hope I can build it up like yours. Congrats, brother. I hope it works out for you, sir. GH3 reviews. Just enjoy what you're doing. That's the best thing. So he's for the streets. There you go. Jason's for the streets, not me. I'm taken. Jason's taken too, but he'd rather be for the streets, I think. I'm just kidding. Nobody get no funny ideas. Okay. No, you're not. Not from what I've seen. I don't think you are. Are you just telling them that? 10 sprays of shut your mouth. Shut your whore mouth, Nano. You shut your lying whore mouth right now with your bad advice. See, Juju, you shut your whore mouth with your bad advice. That's what I'm going to tell you. You shut your whore mouth. You shut your mouth when you're talking to him. Jesus. Yeah. That's 2 sprays. Okay. 8. Stop it. It's an interview. Oh, man. I love you guys. Y'all are great. Digging Prodalome Intense a lot. Is Dior Homme and Intense totally redundant? If so, I want it. Not completely, because you get a lot of patchouli to go with the leather and the soapiness of Prodalome Intense, whereas Dior Homme's pretty balanced, and Dior Homme Intense is very sweet. So there's the level of redundancy to all 3 together, but there's differences there amongst all 3 as well. Paul, you shut your whore mouth with your lying ass terrible advice. Jesus Christ. Not even 1 spray of that. Not even a half a spray of that. No. Oh, and George told me did tell me I could tell you guys. So the thing I was saying the other day about leather tobacco, buy it sooner than later. So birch tar is going to be illegal as of worldwide this December. And then next December, brands are no longer allowed to sell their products. So they have a year to sell off their current stock. Like Mon's not even filling orders with birch tar anymore. So leather tobacco is going to come to an end. So any of you that wanted, that's what I meant by, I'm not saying that you run out now, but George isn't getting any more stocks. What he's got is what he's got. When it's gone, it's gone. And it ain't coming back. He is working on something that's going to be different with the DNA, but it's not going to be the same fragrance because the birch tar has got to go. The birch tar is what makes it crazy, dark, and smoky. And that is officially, IFRA standards, it's no longer allowed to be used moving forward. And this is worldwide, not just certain countries. So, yeah. So anybody looking for leather tobacco, not to wear to an interview, but sooner than later. You got to, I would say at best a few short months before he'll be out of stock and it'll be gone. I have the new rendition of a slightly fresher version that Claude's working on. Keep that between us. Just us, right? It's not a public live stream. I haven't sniffed it yet. I've been having it for like a week and a half. I need to get around to it. When George will send me the lab samples, normally I like to get on the phone with. Maybe we'll do that tonight when I call him back in a little bit. I like to do my live reaction with him on the phone so I can shoot him straight while I'm in the moment, whether it's good or bad, and give my critiques. And we'll sit on the phone for a little while so it gets a little bit of time to develop. And then I'll revisit and give him more feedback as time progresses. I'm shutting it down soon, Spence. We're at hour 40. I went longer than normal. I wasn't even paying attention. You shut your whore mouth with your terrible advice, Jason. I thought so. I could have swore I saw an appreciation post days ago. That's why I was like, you're either fucking with them or trying to be. I don't know if maybe I misunderstood the post I saw. One or two sprays if you like it. Yeah, it's not a risky fragrance. I just don't like it. Y'all just want me to take turns telling you to shut your whore mouth with your terrible advice, don't you? That's what y'all want. It's a thing now. Describe it as something that Adam's family member would wear. Again, I like it though. See, that doesn't entice me. I'm glad you said that. That makes me not want to blind buy it. It's fantastic. It's code plus powdery iris. You just want me to tell you to shut your whore mouth with your bad advice. I'm telling you, that's what we're at that point here. I said it 2 or 3 times. Now you all want me to say it to you. We all are like 10 plus. Yeah, time does fly. Yeah, I mean, we're not young, spry chickens anymore. Second date night. Depends. Does she wear sweet fragrances? Because if she wears sweet fragrances, 1 Million Lucky's the only choice of these two. Because it's the better sweet fragrance. Because don't let Michelle just make you think Spice Bomb Extreme is the end-all, be-all. Yeah, it's great, but it's not the end-all, be-all. 1 Million Lucky, if your girl wears sweet perfumes, she's going to like the sweet men's fragrance. And hazelnut, honey, and plum will dwarf Spice Bomb Extreme's spice leather and spice tobacco and vanilla here. But if she typically wears more florals, go Spice Bomb Extreme. Kind of play off of her because you've been around her and I'm sure you smelled her perfume when you picked her up. Was it sweet? Think back. If you can answer this question, that's my advice. If you can't answer this question, you're just rolling the dice either way. They're both good options. You can't go wrong in this situation, but I think there is a right answer. If you were paying attention, there's a right answer. That makes sense? Like there's no wrong answer, but if you know the answer to my question, then there's a right answer, and it's 1 Million Lucky. Or Spice Bomb Extreme, depending on the answer to my question. So, did she smell sweet? If yes, 1 Million Lucky. If no, Spice Bomb Extreme. If you don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's my real answer here. Yes, exactly. Only the bosses of all bosses wear Cuba Black Prestige. Anything that has birch tar, any fragrance on the planet that's in production that has it. I don't know the list of names. You'd have to go seek that out yourself. But any and all that has specifically birch tar. There's different types of birch. It's not all birch, but birch tar specifically. Aventus uses birch. I don't think it's specifically birch tar. There's birch wood, there's birch leaf, there's different birches. I don't think it includes all forms. I think it's specifically birch tar is what I was told. And that's fair. That's because that's to me the best office safe fragrance of all time over Prodalone. It's so safe. It's phenomenal. I know you like when I talk dirty to you. I know that, Paul. That's what I was saying. I know what's about to happen. Y'all all going to want me to tell it, and that's what happened. No, not tobacco. Tobacco is going to be changing in the future for a different reason because of the specific tobacco oil. So it's going to be it's going to change. It's not even going to be called tobacco specifically anymore. It's going to be like an addition to the name because it has to change. But leather tobacco specifically, that's a core note, and it can't be replaced. It's got to be totally removed. Where tobacco oil can be changed for a different type of tobacco oil, whereas the birch tar, that's big game change right there. You can't put something else in that. So he's going, and he already wanted to look for maybe a fresher take on it. This was already an idea he had. So now it just makes sense to do, where it's still going to be that impactful base DNA, just a bit of a twist on it. Again, I love the idea of it. And in practice, I don't know yet because I haven't smelled it. And that's in the future. So he might get mad at me for telling you guys. I don't think he'll get mad at me for telling you guys because this is actually going on. But that's not coming like in a couple of months or nothing. It's down the line. It's in the infancy stage right now. It's down the line. Might be 2 or 3 years for that fragrance comes out. Y'all might not even remember. Some of you are going to remember. But I know how y'all are. It's wild. I don't think it's a daily wear fragrance. I think it's special occasion. But hey, to each their own if you're rocking this shit every day to work or something. Oh, so she was wearing something floral. So yeah, so now it comes down to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think the safer play if it was floral, since the way you answered this is Spice Bomb Extreme. Less sweet, other elements to it, whereas Lucky's just sweet, sweet. It's one of the greatest sweet designers ever, in my opinion. It's amazing. I'll get her hanging on you if she likes sweet fragrances on the men, on men. That's just how that fragrance is. But you'll always know if they like sweet, if they wear sweet. My wife wears a lot of fruity floral, but she loves sweet, delicious fragrances. Loves them. That's her two styles. So she's confusing in this situation because I could have answered it both ways. But I know she really likes the sweet gourmand stuff. So, because loves when I wear a sweet designer. Sweet designers specifically, she loves when I wear that stuff. I like them too, but not like as much as she does. So if I were you, personally, I would go Spice Bomb Extreme of the two, based on your answer to my question. Hope that helps. Not until further notice, sir. Soon. For sure. Soon. He's about to be all over a different continent for the next couple of weeks. He's leaving later this week. Doing a lot of traveling. Later, end of the year. Masoni Wave's great. Paul ain't talking crazy. Come on now. Valentino Gold, definitely going to be, hey, man. I loved it. We both loved it. Me and the wife. Love it. One of my favorite designers of the year. I wasn't expecting it to be I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I liked it. I figured it'd be pretty good. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I do have to see that's still very sweet though. I wouldn't go that route. I think that's more an established relationship. I think that's a bolder play for the beginning. That makes sense. I think that's like, this is my girlfriend, those type of dates. Whereas like it's the second date. I think you still want to be a little bit safer because there's room for her to think you smell like a chick. You don't want that. I'm not saying she will. I'm not saying she won't. It's a very feminine fragrance. It's based around a super powdery iris that smells like lipstick with a bunch of sweetness. Phenomenal. But not everybody feels like me and you do. This chat feels like that, but she might not. You see where I'm at here? You with me? You picking up what I'm putting down? Establish this relationship before you make those types of fragrance moves. Test the waters with that as you get to know her more. I don't think that's second date fragrance, personally. I don't think that's the one in this situation. I think Spice Bomb Extreme is a better play. It's got that sensual yet masculine feel, whereas ain't nothing masculine about that. There's a risk she thinks you smell like a girl. You don't want that. You don't want that. It'll change how she looks at you because it's the beginning. Fair? Logical advice, right? So trying to help. I am not some super ladies man end all be all. I'm just telling you my thoughts personally. I'm trying to help. I think the two options you put out were better options. And I think 1 Million Lucky would be a better play than Dior Homme Intense on the second date. But I would go Spice Bomb Extreme. Legend Knife's legit. It never got any love, though. Right back at you, my guy. Yeah, for sure. I love. It's amazing. It's actually my least favorite though, but it is amazing. I prefer all the other iris ones in the line, but over that one. Hell of a haul. We're about to hit 2 freaking hours. Jesus. No, sir, they are not. They work. Try using an actual computer instead of your smartphone, or switching to a different web browser, because it does work. Try TLTG Red. I think it's still active. Let me just give you a quick example. I'm going to copy my link from my link tree. Copy. So just to show you, this is the link from my link tree. We're going to Zaharoff. We're going to go with leather to back. I'm going to add 4-ounce bottle to cart. Now this is just the link, not trying any codes or anything like that. We're going to go to checkout, and it should bring the discount. It did not. So we're going to try TLTG Red, and that, so he has disabled it. It's finally gone. So I'll have to get with him and see what the deal is here, because that should work. Let's remove that. Let's try the 2-ounce. Did not work on that either. Let me hook you up real quick, Jeff. One moment, please. If he picks up. No, you're not being a pain. I see your comment. Good. I want to fix it for you, because that's something he could do real quick on his laptop. He didn't answer. I'll let him know, though. I'll let him know. Check tomorrow. Check back tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to him in a little bit, and I'll remember. I'll bring it up. It'll be the first thing I talk about. So don't sweat it, my man. Organic versus inorganic. IFRA is a scam. Show and prove it causes cancer. This state. Well, leave it to Empty Sense to come in hard, huh? Good to see you. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just what they passed. It's what they passed. You know what I mean? And George has to abide. Mon has to abide by it. Ergo George gets no choice. That's what it comes down to. Montrese, good to see you, my man. Yeah, just try again tomorrow, because what it is for some reason or another, it's not activated, or it might have time expired over at a certain amount of time, and he's just got to reactivate it. That's happened before. What's the last fragrance that happened on? Rosé. It happened on Rosé a few weeks back. So anybody watching, anytime that happens, just let me know. I'll reach out to George, and it's something he can fix real quick on his Shopify. It's a quick fix. So I appreciate you, my man. So on the Escada. All right, then. Go ahead with your bad self. You made the stream right when I'm shutting it down. So anybody that wants to keep the streaming fun going, check out Not So Famous YouTubers. Spencer's setting up his stream. He should be live here in just a few minutes. Ooh, yeah, because it's still a little floral, even though it's more masculine than Dioral Intense, much more. I think in a date scenario, you're going to dinner, no. If y'all were doing something daytime, brunch, going get a smoothie, coffee date kind of thing, I think that's a little more semi-casual, not necessarily date night. I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm saying that your other choices are better. The other options you gave me, I think you're overthinking it now. You're like, well, what about this? Commit, sir. I think I see your issue. Pick one. That's I would hold off on that for something daytime you guys are going to do. You know, where maybe you're wearing a polo shirt or something like that. I think that, or not, a thinner Oxford or something like that. Date night, I don't think that's your bet. I think you have better options you listed before. Personally, you still want that sex appeal for the date night. You know what I mean? Where I'm not saying there aren't women that aren't going to find Reflection Man sexy. I think it's a bit more professional at the same time. That's like much more business professional. taking care of business with something like that. Blue Channel aftershave. No, sir, I haven't tried Blue Channel aftershave. I know you mean Blue Channel. Yeah, so that's probably going to have to go too. They're going to have to reformulate that. Yep, they don't have a choice. You have a go, my man. So yeah, we're shutting it down. We're shutting it down. So this is worldwide. This is worldwide, is my understanding. At least that's what George told me. I'm just going off of what George told me. So empty. Next time you see him on Joey's channel, give him the fucking business. You know, since it's clearly upsetting you, give George the business next time you see him on Joey's stream or over here. You know, because that's who told me. And George Saharoff, I trust for this information. So because it was shared with him by the perfume house, by the flavor house Mon. So you want to get rid of or wear Mahir, and I haven't tried Mahir Black. I'm not familiar with that one. I have silver. We're shutting it down. We're shutting it down, man. We're shutting it down. We're about to hit 2 hours longer than I anticipated going. We're losing viewers. We're down to 97. We've dropped a few, you know. But all good. It was great to chat with you guys. I appreciate y'all coming hang out with me. 2 out of 3 were really good. The Fragrance World Fragrance kind of disappointed me, 5.5. Both Nishanes were 8.5. I thought they were great. Deziro's kind of like niche twist, Nishane's version of Bleu de Chanel EDP without the incense. Like there's things that are missing from the Bleu de Chanel profile and other things that aren't in the Bleu de Chanel profile that are here, but clearly similar. I wouldn't call it a dupe. I would say Loewe 7 Cobalt's much closer to being a dupe, but I still would take that over Bleu de Chanel EDP personally. But he's their own. So if you have Bleu de Chanel EDP, it might be too redundant for you. I could see that. But at the same time, Hesperide Colognise, beautiful like lime fruit bar type of opening. Oh, it hasn't lost any of that yet. The woods are setting in a little bit more green, but it's not all that earthy. So good stuff. Good stuff. Oh no, we're shutting it down, Coach Keith. We're about to hit 2 hours. I'm literally saying my goodbyes. Yeah, I'm sure it's very complicated. I'm sure it is. Like I said, I'm just relaying information that was shared with me. And that's all. That's all. How deep does it go? I don't know. I have not done research beyond George Zaharoff telling me that was happening. So, and he told me I could let you guys know that how it affect leather tobacco moving forward. So I appreciate you guys. Check out Not So Famous YouTuber. Spencer's going live right now if you want to keep the live streaming party going. Check out today's haul video if you haven't yet. I'll see you guys on the next one. You'll have a good one.